Hello and welcome to Tara's Daily Insight and the Open Door. My name is Mitchell and it is Saturday, April the 20th, 2013. And I thank you for taking time to watch these videos. I want to go ahead and set the intention for you and for me that simply by watching, spending this time together, that you would receive healing in whatever way, shape, or form, whatever dimension of your wellness, whether it be spiritual, physical, intellectual, emotional, or social, and that you would find confirmation, guidance, and a better connection to your higher self through your intuition, whatever way you get that information. I also want to set the intention for you and for me that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate in the highest possible frequency of love that we can today. And I thank you for taking this time. So my new thing is that I'm looking for sponsorship on my YouTube videos, or like a partner that, and there's only one partner that I can think of. It was so funny. One day someone said, you know, Mitch's Tara's Daily Insight is my morning coffee. And that just got me thinking. There's only one company that I can think of that I would want to sponsor me. So I'll find out maybe, you know, if that company you know, might want to ever sponsor me, because I am like your morning dose of coffee. So it's a spiritual caffeine. So we're going to go with that. Starbucks. So someone said, don't lose my humor. That's my real humor right there. That's the real me. I'm a little more professional most of the time. So all kidding aside, let's dive into your morning caffeine dose, your morning dose of spiritual caffeine. So diving in, and our card for today is going to be the Four of Cups. And we'll see what cups they are. Maybe they're full of Starbucks coffee. So, first of all, the number 4 is a very spiritual number. We're going to go with that. The number 4 is a spiritual number. All the numbers are spiritual in my book. Okay, let's rewind. So there's the caffeine coming through. And I always have a cup. Don't think this is just because I'm having a cup. But I still want you to sponsor me. So the number 4 is really a peaceful number. It is one of those numbers that it's not shifting, it's not moving too much. As you can see, this guy is just kind of hanging out under the tree, looking up at that 4th cup, wondering, should I take it or should I not? Remember, cups are very emotional, matters of the heart, you know, and they reflect things that bring about and move you through emotions as well. That's going to sound really good later. It didn't in my head right there. But this card, I feel like, is just showing us a little bit of a breather from a long week for many people. I personally only watched a little bit of the news last night because I saw a few posts saying that they had found, you know, the second suspect, and then they finally caught him. So I caught up real quick on what was going on in Boston. But personally, I avoid a lot of news, especially when it just goes on and on and on and on and on, and when they were just holed up out front of that boat behind the house, because that doesn't do a whole lot of good for me and my psyche. I am not the biggest empath in the world, but I do still feel a lot of things. And those of you who are empathic, I imagine you probably got stuck in front of the TV or the news, and it was almost like a drug you couldn't break away from, because that's oftentimes what it can be. So I really encourage you to be careful how much you watch the negativity of the news, because I absolutely believe 100% with all my heart there's so much more good and love and positivity in the world than that is portrayed in most news and media. And with that being said, I think there's our message for the day, for our 4 of Cups. Reach up and grab that final cup of love and positivity. We've drunk through all other 3, and there's the final one that we're going, but that one doesn't look as tempting. And it's because it's so positive and so good. And we may not often feel worthy of reaching up for it, but you absolutely are. You are enough. You are worthy. You are an aspect of all that is, the divine. So keep that in mind today. So let me go ahead and shift gears into the open door. And thank you for either continuing your time with me into the open door or starting your journey right now watching this. I'm going to continue on a little bit about what I did in the Tarot's Daily Insight. So if you didn't watch that, I recommend jumping back to it. But I think most of you are watching all the way through. And that is about, be careful how much you're influenced by the outside world. This is where when your intuitiveness is working very well, you'll know the moment you need to disengage, stop watching, stop texting, tweeting, and staying so involved in that. What I will say is send out your prayer, your love, your light, and let it be. To continue saying the same prayer over and over and over, in my opinion, and a few people have said this before in books, and I really value that and connected with it, and it resonated with me. If you say the same prayer over and over, it almost becomes like worry, and also you said it once. So if you say it again, it's almost like you're doubting the first one. So it also becomes, I think, something we hold on to continue identifying with. And sometimes people, I'm going to say it, sometimes people are doing it simply for their own personal attention and gain. I will be honest, I have 3 Facebook sites. One is Intuitive Messenger, and then the other one is the fan page for that. But then I have a personal one that I started years ago. And when I go on to my Intuitive Messenger one, the posts of you who are friends with me out there are so very loving and kind. And even Marianne Williamson in one of her posts said, I deleted the thread of the last message because the debate started getting heated and ugly. And I honor her for doing that, because she saw how that was just feeding into more of, the dense, heavier energy rather than light and love and higher vibrating energy. When I go on my personal one that I started years ago, the feel is so much different. And again, being an intuitive and a psychic, I'm reading through these posts, and I know right when someone's just trying to say, "Oh, look at me. I'm posting every day, sending love," and they're looking for attention. There's no judgment, no criticism there, but I see it. And they're still working through their own stuff, just like I'm working through my stuff. So that's one of my great challenges still. I have pretty much mastered all my road rage, but I will say that there's still, as all of us, still a critical nature sometimes when I'm driving about how people are driving. So I'm finally releasing that, and it's easily shown when I'm with my partner driving because he lets it out. So I just look at him and I'm thinking, yeah, I can learn from that. Again, there's no judgment or critical nature towards him most of the time, because I'm so close to him. But I learn from it and go, wow, that's where I do it too. That's where I judge how they drive. Just yesterday, someone came down the road and I waited and waited and waited, and they got to the road I was on and turned. And if they'd only put their blinker on half a mile down the road, I could have gone out. And I remember just looking out the window going, thank you for the blinker. That was my critical judging of how they were driving. So, I after I said it, I drove away and I just said to them, I just said energetically, I'm sorry. I understand maybe you're going through a lot. Maybe you're on the phone texting, whatever reason. I just had that moment of, I forgive you and I forgive me for doing it again. So watch that critical and judgmental nature, because it does nothing but harm you and your vibration. Because the moment you judge and criticize, it lowers your vibration. That's my opinion, and there are several others that say the same thing. So I resonate with that as well. So that was more like a spiritual teaching lesson. Maybe they're channeling that through me because the door is wide open. I tell you, it's so funny. I'm getting an image of a basketball player. This could be someone I spoke of a few weeks ago that still, there's something coming on. I don't watch a lot of sports, so someone out there is going to have to tell me. Ty, if you're watching, you're probably the most sports enthusiastic person I know. Love you. But I feel like there's some basketball player that's still reeling with some, almost like coming out of the closet, hidden secrets and stories and stuff like that. that it'll be interesting to see them finally come clean with it, and their life's going to be much better. But boy, it's going to be like ripping that Band-Aid off to heal. So we'll see. I tell you, that's about it for today. It's 10 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you. My website is down here at the bottom. Click to it. You want to get signed up on my email list. And several of you have signed up, said it never came through. One person, it went to their junk email. And I'm getting better about checking to see if they've come through. But if they don't come through, please let me know. Please let me know. And I will say this. I will be putting out a newsletter by the end of next week. And I am setting the intention that I will be doing mini readings next weekend. The dates and times will be known. And what I will do is I will do 15-minute mini readings. And I'll just have the available times. Once your time is confirmed, then you go and pay for it. It'll be a reduced rate. And it'll just be a 15-minute phone session mini reading that I will just bust through a bunch of them. Something similar to what I'm doing today at the New Vision Spiritualist Church in College Park. I'm doing mini readings at this Spiritualist Church. And I will literally go from 10 till 3, back to back to back. If you are coming down, get there early, get your spot, go have lunch and come back. There's several great places to eat right around there. Infusion Tea, there's a Starbucks, there's Shakers, and there's Christo's. So all great little places right around there that you can grab lunch and come back. And I will have my own little lunch break in there because I've done it before where I didn't take a break. I was not a happy medium. I was a little bitchy. So it's good for me to have some kind of snack, and it grounds me. All right. I put 2 more minutes on here by continuing to talk. I'm going to say what I just heard in my head. I love you. I mean it. You guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you tomorrow, which is 3 Card Sunday.